Okay, so anybody care to recap us from last game?
Sure. I don't have notes a la Lizzie, so it won't be verbatim. But we arrived at now. What was the name of the den of
The pirate anchor.
foulness? Yeah, the pirate anchor. So we arrived at the pirate anchor, and immediately upon getting off of the ship, we were accosted by these penny ante pirates who we murdered with extreme prejudice, skewering eyeballs and just tossing them off the rock. And we sent a soul survivor to sent a soul survivor to carry our deeds to the rest in hopes of not being bothered. And so proceeded to go after the or to go to the assassin sort of right hand man of the big bad pirate of the area, and so he was playing cards, and Rumil, through cunning use of subtle spell and minor illusion, just completely busted that game. And so we had a discussion with him afterwards, had a drink, and then he and Rumil split some lady favors, and we got the location of the pirate big bad who was holding Fingun. And so we head that way, and all hell breaks loose as we are being chased through the rock by every last member of that penny anti-pirate gang, who decided that us skewering their buddies' eyes like martini olives was probably not okay. And so we had a really action-packed scene running away from them. And right around the same time, all hell breaks loose as the Elven fleet begins firebombing the place, and just strafing and all kinds of bananas bullshit. We managed to take down two of the little single pilot ships via heroic stuff, and managed to locate the pirate and his sort of inner circle, and they've got Fingun all sort of torture. What's the name of the cross? Is it St. Andrew's cross? Is that? Yeah. And so I walk right in, just calm as you please, and arrange a talk later on, and in talking to him, give the contact Fingun a "we'll get you out of here" kind of message, and we proceed to send Tick Tick to commandeer one of the little ships, which he does, and we pop Rumil in there to start strafing the building. At which point the pirates all run out, leaving Fingun, and so we just walk in, take him out of there, and manage to very stealthily sneak back to our or we replace the elf that we took with Fingun, and put in a distress call that he's being held there, and to surround that building for a hostage extraction and use that to escape. And so that's pretty much everything that happened. It was a wild time.
Nice. Yeah, good summary. Thank you. Yeah, so Fingon has told you that the elves are conspiring with these horrible creatures to open up a portal to bring through some allies that are supposed to help the fleet stomp out the Dominion. And so you all, discussed and decided, you want to kind of break this thing wide open. And Thalen, your dad is mixed up in this, somehow in the higher echelon of the fleet. And so you kind of want to get some evidence to kind of clear things up, hopefully, maybe, disrupt this relationship. I'm not sure, exactly where you'll go with it, but came to the conclusion that you need to go check out this portal, and collect some evidence there, and hopefully, kind of break this thing wide open. So Fingen has told you he doesn't know where the portal is, but he does know a communications outpost that the fleet has, where they maintain communications with that part of fleet space, and so he thinks that that you should be able to break in there and find out where the portal is. He's also told you that you're going to actually need a real authorized fleet vessel in order to penetrate through the defenses that are around the portal. And so his suggestion is that there's this massive Elven fleet junkyard, basically, where there's a bunch of kind of semi-decommissioned leftover ships that you should be able to pick up that would be able to get you through the security that's around the portal. But to get to that junkyard, you're going to need a password that you're going to need to get from a fleet officer. So you guys need a few things. You need to find out where the portal is. You need a password from the fleet officer, and then you need a new ship that is hopefully a better one. So that's what Fingen has shared with you, as you said, like, okay, well, we want to figure this out. And he's like, okay, this is how we do it. So step one is to find out where the portal is. So Fingen has told you the location of this communications depot, located on an asteroid far out, away from kind of core fleet space, so not particularly well defended. You guys have managed to land, to get pretty close to the little station before the elves inside spot you and have sent a patrol out to deal with you. The asteroid terrain, it's fairly rocky. It's there's kind of gullies and boulders and lots of like nooks and hiding places, sorts of things. You guys see the Elven patrol kind of come out of the station, headed your way. So you have a little bit of time to set up before they get to you, but you think that they know where you are, and you think that they're coming out hot. So is there anything in particular anybody wants to do before things get dicey?
All right. Do we have a sense if we're looking at shipboard combat or ship to ship type combat?
No. You guys are on the asteroid at this point.
Oh, we're on the. Okay.
Yeah. You're cruising through to get to the communication outpost. So they sent out like a bunch of fleet soldiers to deal with you.
Is this? Are we? Do we seem to be considered hostile, or is this how?
Oh yeah,
everyone?
100%. Like they've got like bows out, they've got like long swords drawn. You see a couple of like magic using types, casting spells as they're headed your way. Yeah, they've got eyes on you, and they look like they're about to take you out.
All right. Do we have any kind of cover? Any way we can?
Yeah, there's like boulders and kind of craggy rocks. There's like a escarpment up to your right, like 20-foot high, little cliff kind of thing. It's like
okay.
Rocky asteroid.
I am going to get my crossbow ready and take like 3/4 cover behind one of the boulders and
okay.
ready a shot
Awesome. Let's actually go ahead and roll initiative so everybody can have their opportunity to set up time. If you put it in the chat for me, please. Okay. Okay, so you guys have about a round of prep time before this Elven Patrol gets to you. So Rumel.
I'm going to find one of these craggy positions or one of these spots and going to cast Minor Illusion right in front of me to add in more rock face. So it's a continuous scene.
Okay, awesome. That sounds good. Luke Talk.
I am going to ready my longbow. Are we in a position where we can take shots yet?
Yeah, I suppose so.
All right.
It looks like there are 3 warrior types and 2 magic user types in this little patrol.
Sorry, I have a longbow. I don't have any stats listed on it on my character sheet. So I'm assuming it's just dexterity bonus and proficiency bonus to hit.
Correct.
16?
Are you shooting one of the magic using types or one of the warrior types?
Magic user.
Okay. 16 is a miss. It aims right at him and then plinks off some kind of invisible barrier right in front of him.
Can I recognize what that barrier was?
You can do an Arcana check.
12.
Magic.
Got it.
Okay, Phelan, you took cover. Tick tick.
I'm also going to take cover on the top of the escarpment. I'm going to use my step of the wind and increase my jump distance up on top of the hill.
Awesome. All right, great. You bound up there, get up on the escarpment. You're about 20 feet up. You've got really good bird's eye view on everything, and if you attack from up here, you're going to have advantage as well.
Cool.
If battle's already been joined now that the first shot's been fired, right?
More or less.
Okay, well then I'll go ahead and take a crossbow shot at that same magic user.
I think I'm going to say your action was getting behind the boulder and getting your crossbow. And Luke Tuck's just like standing there, just like
he's ready to go
in full view of everyone, just like.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, fair enough.
So basically everyone's scattered. So Luke Talk just took out his longbow, was like, yeah, I'm just gonna start killing people. Tick tick, beam heads up the escarpment. Rumel just goes. You guys have no idea what happened to Rumel. He just vanishes. And Thalen, you grab behind a boulder, ready your crossbow, kind of get it over the boulder, ready to shoot. So the elves close with you. I'd say all 3 of the warriors close with Luke Talk. The 2 mages take aim at Tick Tick, whom they can see, but they don't have any more movement. So Rumil, you can also see. You kind of see all this that's happening.
Okay. For the time being, I'm just going to hold my position. I want to wait for the entire group to pass and to be sort of have their backs to me, and then I'm going to try to cut in at that point.
I think that the warriors have run past you to engage Luke Talk, but it looks like the magic users are not gonna. They're not going to close, right? They're magic users, so they're still like 20 feet in front of you.
Okay. Does it seem like that's their preferred distance? I guess.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Then I'm probably going to. How many magic users are there?
2.
There's 2. And on more of a meta level, was this character designed to be relatively okay at combat? I'm not really.
Rumel,
Yeah, that's kind of okay. Then I'm still gonna wait. I'm gonna try to. I'm going to prep magic missile, and
Okay.
if possible, I'd like to basically see what kind of spells they start casting, and whomever one looks more problematic, I will target that person.
Okay, great. I mean, you've actually, yeah, you've got Scorching Ray, you've got Hold Person, you've got Magic Missile, you've got Ray of Sickness. You actually have a lot of combat capable stuff. And you still have, just so you know, you still have your Wild Magic Surge level from the last game, which I believe was 6. Is that right? Okay, cool. Okay, so Rumel is going to ready Magic Missile for whichever magic user looks more dangerous. Rooftop, these 3 elves have closed with you. They've got long swords out. Look like they're getting ready to start hacking away.
Okay.
Your turn.
Oh, I will. Are they close enough to engage?
Yes, they're right next to you.
Great. I am going to attack with my spear and then probably a bonus open. 22.
Definite hit.
That will be 9 points.
You whip out your spear. You completely skewer this elf. He looks surprised as your spear goes right through him. You pull it out, and he drops completely toast.
Excellent. Is there another one nearby?
Yeah, there's 2 more.
All still within attacking range. Great. 21 unarmed.
That's a hit.
Well, I palm heal him in the face for 6 points.
Wow. You mess this elf up. You break his nose. There's blood all over the place. You got to stagger his back, trying to hack at you with his long sword. Heavily injured. Thalen.
All right, I will use my bonus action to take Fighting Spirit and get my 5 temporary hit points and advantage on my attack.
Okay.
Do I have good advantage on one of the spellcasters?
Yes, you can see both of them.
All right. Has the one that Luke Talk already took a shot at? I'm going to draw a bead on him and take a crossbow shot.
Okay.
Which is a natural 20. Okay. Let's see. 1d8 plus 4. So that is total of 16 points of damage.
Awesome. You level your crossbow on top of this boulder that you're behind. Hit that mage dead center. He kind of turns briefly, like waves a hand to conjure a shield of force. Your bolt goes right through it, right into his throat. He kind of falls back gurgling, drops to his knees, and then falls on his face, dead.
All right, I'm going to take Action Surge and make good use of this advantage to take a shot at the other spellcaster.
Okay. So this one's just flat, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it says until the end of my turn, so I should have
all attacks. Awesome. Okay.
So that's it's good that it was like that because it's either going to be 11 or 24.
Yeah, definitely hit with the 24.
Okay. It's another 1d8 plus 4. So 10 points of damage to the other spellcaster.
And you nail the spellcaster. He takes it in the gut. He kind of crumples over. Looks pretty shocked. Okay, Tic, you're kind of scanning the battlefield, seeing all this mess that's going down. It looks like this magic user was about to do something unpleasant to you, but it looks like he might attack Thalen now.
Okay, I'd like to take an action to perceive in detail the area to see if this is the only attention we're going to get, and then depending on the outcome,
perception.
Depending on the outcome of that, 8.
8. You don't see any more elves.
Okay, I'm then going to launch myself from the escarpment at that final magic user, spending
Awesome.
another key point to double my jump distance. I had
Awesome.
18 on my check.
Yeah, no problem. And then attack roll. This with advantage.
Yeah, I'm just going to go hellbent for leather on this and try to grapple him up.
So not attack him, just grappling?
Yeah, I want to subdue him.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay, so give me an athletics check. Go ahead and roll this with advantage.
Gonna need it. Oh, 19.
Hey, okay, it's a good thing. It's a weak magic user. He also rolled a 19, but with a -1 strength, you successfully beat him. You hurl yourself off the escarpment. How are you like landing to grapple this guy?
Body, like belly flop, right on him. Total chaos.
All right. Yeah, he's successfully grappled.
Cool.
Okay, wild. Bad guys go. Okay, so the mage is grappled, but he's not immobilized. He's going to go ahead and magic missile you, Tick Tick, because he does not appreciate being jumped on.
Fair enough.
So 2 darts of, oh wait, no, this starts at 3 darts. So 3 darts of force slam into you for 9 points of damage.
Cool.
Rumil, that triggers your readied action if you want to take it.
Yes, that's what I would like to use it now.
Okay, go ahead and roll your magic missile, this 3d4.
Nine points of damage.
Okay, you were ready for this. This guy. So this elf gets belly flopped on by Tick Tick. He kind of squirms out enough to cast a spell at Tick Tick. You, in reaction, zot him, and the mage stops moving underneath you, Tick Tick, as he is slain by Rumil. The 2 warriors on you, Luke Talk, try hacking away with their swords. That's a miss, and that's a crit.
That's not a good word to hear.
Or 11 points of damage, Luke Talk. This guy gets just a really lucky slash in with his long sword. As you're, yes, this is the one you palm healed. Okay, back to the top, Rumil.
So at this point, there's 1 mage left, correct?
No, you killed him. There's just the 2 warriors that are attacking Luke Talk.
Great. I would like to try to get sort of to their side and use Scorching Ray across the 2 of them, if that's an option geographically.
I think Scorching Ray is just 1 target.
Oh.
But you can definitely hit. You want to hit the one that has already been injured, or the other one?
Yeah, let's hit the one that's already injured.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. This says 3 rays of fire. You can hold them at 1 target or several. Okay, great. So you can
I didn't want
roll
to
them
risk.
separately.
Okay, I didn't want to risk. I didn't know if we were playing if I miss or anything, if that's problematic. So
No.
okay.
Maybe if you roll a 1 for some flavor, you might hurt Luke Talk.
17 on the first roll, 18
That
on the
hits.
second,
That hits.
and 18 on the third.
All hits. Roll your first damage.
All right. What's the damage? Do you know?
2d6.
2d6. So 6 damage for the first one.
He goes down.
Okay. 11 on the second,
Okay.
and then 8 on the third.
You completely immolate this 3rd warrior. You hit him with two beams of fire. Luke Talk, you see this guy just go up like a torch right in front of you. He kind of stumbles away, screaming, falls to the ground, finally twitches. You have destroyed this little patrol that was sent out to deal with you.
It's time to loot. Loot the wizards.
You gonna go through and check them out, Tick Tick?
Are they all uniformed?
Yes, they all have uniforms on. Give me a insight check, Thalen, as Tick Tick is kind of going over them here.
All right, let's see. 19.
Yeah, you're pretty sure these guys were very much like scrubs. Like this outpost is kind of out in the middle of nowhere. So this is one, it's a skeleton, force, and two, these guys are obviously not, the elite of the fleet out here. Their uniforms are even kind of like worn looking and like mended and, repaired repeatedly sort of thing.
But I'd also recognize rank insignia, and so I'd be able to tell these guys are.
Yeah, exactly. They're just sailor third class or something.
Do I know anything about these kind of tactics? Would they be waiting with an appropriate ambush to follow these, or is this sort of a standard? The ruffians can't handle the fleet, we'll send.
Yeah, it's basically that. And also, this is not usually the Elven fleet, like you guys are pretty smart. Like the reason that you're so effective is you've got magic and you're pretty clever at things. This is not a clever way to deal with intruders, right? To just like charge out and deal with them on the asteroid. So you think that this is not the cream of the crop, whoever's given the orders in this place.
Well, if there are any any uniforms that aren't just completely annihilated, let's go ahead and take them, because we have used fleet uniforms as decent disguises in the past, and I'm pretty sure Rooftop and Rumil are not clad like Thalen and Tick Tick are.
Yeah, definitely. You can go ahead and add to Elven fleet sailor uniforms to your inventory. I think that I'm guessing you guys have probably tried to put clothes on Rooftop before. How has that gone, Rooftop?
Probably not real well. Give me a second. I want to check what he's normally wearing.
He came on the ship with a loincloth.
Sorry, hang on. My computer's frozen up.
Oh no.
Don't have access to my character sheet. Hang on.
Oh no.
Come back to me, please.
Yeah, no worries.
We do know for a fact that that his tribe, it is not too unusual to have like bits in the wind running around completely naked.
Exactly.
So
Yep. It looks like he's wearing leather armor right now.
Yeah, I am wearing leather armor. Yeah, at this point, I don't see a compelling reason why he would not at least make a token effort. What exactly does the uniform consist of?
It's just tunic and pants, basically.
Pants? No, fuck the pants. But I will go ahead and shred the uniform so it fits over my shoulders and just kind of pull that on over the top of my leather armor. Let it kind of hang down.
Awesome.
Thalen, watching it get shredded, the company man in him is just sort of like, all right, but I mean he's been killing Elven fleet lately, and he is less worried about it than he was a couple weeks ago.
That's fair. I mean they're all mind controlled anyways. Is kind of what Fingen tells you.
Yep, I feel about mind control the way I feel about pirates. You never feel bad killing mind controlled thralls.
Tick Tick, you get 3 pretty beat up long swords, as well as a couple of pouches of spell components off the magic user types.
Cool. I'll take the pouches.
Okay, great. Yeah, there's like a couple of small pouches in there. There's like some sand in one. There's like some dust in another. There's like some rose petals. Nothing particularly valuable.
Cool. Thanks.
Yep. Okay, so yeah, the observation station is up on this kind of craggy hill, a few hundred yards in front of you. The doors are still open. Like these guys just full on charged out. Like they were like, this is the most action we have seen since we signed on to the fleet, and we're gonna take the opportunity to hit this. And they just like charged out, balls to the wall, completely expecting to cut you down, and then that did not go as
All right.
planned.
You ready to be sneaky?
Yeah, are you gonna be sneaky, or are you just gonna stroll in through the front door?
Sneaky.
Yeah.
Definitely not sneaky. Just going to. I'm gonna let them run ahead. I'm just gonna sort of casually walk up towards the observation, let them get the run of it.
Okay, awesome. Luke talk.
I will follow along with my mentor.
All right, go ahead and give me a stealth check in the chat, please. Wow. Okay, you guys creep quietly into the station. You kind of stick to the walls. You're looking around. It's not a very big building. It seems pretty simply built. True to form, like most elven structures, this one is actually grown. So it's basically a bunch of trees that have been shaped together. It looks like there are some bushes as well. Looks like there's a pretty relatively recent construction by the fleet. You're able to navigate it. It looks like there's nobody else in here until you get to the control, what you think is the control room, or the room where the sendings are kind of coordinated out of. And listening, putting your ear up, you do hear some voices in there. They do not seem to have spotted you yet. Rumil's just like strolling down the hall, like 20 feet behind you.
All right.
Yes, they're speaking Elven.
Do we catch anything that they're saying?
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
You're listening at the door.
All right, let's see. It's a 15.
Okay. 19. Tick tick. You make out that it sounds like they're having a conversation about what to do. They're like, okay, so we locked the door, we alerted high command, we sent the patrol out. What do we do next? What are we gonna do? What do we do if the patrol doesn't come back? It sounds like they're discussing their current situation.
Oh, they don't have a clear line of command. They're confused. Cool.
All right. I'm gonna mouth to Tick Tick. Get him. Draw blades. All right. Let's get him.
You go to open the door, and it seems like it's barred on the other side.
Huh.
As you go to open it, the voices stop.
I'm going to assume my persona as authoritative Elven Fleet Captain.
Yes.
And
bullets and everything.
Demand this pussyfooting around stop immediately.
Give me a deception check with disadvantage here, Tick Tick.
Oh, that was okay. That was a 19 and an 18.
Incredible.
These stars and bars don't lie, son.
Okay. You hear from the other side. What's your authorization code?
I'll signal to Thalen to speak up.
All right. I offer the old ass authorization code that I had from my my last lieutenant days.
It's an old code, but it checks out.
Checks out.
Give me a deception check, Phelan.
All right. Oh my. All right. And so that's with a -1 modifier. That's a 17.
Wow. Okay. They're like, hey, no, that one, no, you. Oh my God, are you the one? Get off the asteroid. We've alerted the fleet. Reinforcements are oncoming. Get out of here.
No. So do any of us have like thieves to well not any kind of lock picking? Is this the only way in? So
Yeah,
so we basically have them stuck in this room.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna look for another way in.
Doesn't look like there is one. It's a pretty simple constructed building.
Okay. How solid is this door?
There's only one way to find out.
All right,
Yeah.
here we go. Let's see. I
can start with 3 shots.
I am going to start with a just sort of a pommel smash with the rapier and see like towards the door's lock and see what happens.
All right, give me an athletics check. Is anybody going to help Phelan or just watch him do this? Luke Top.
As soon as I see what's going on, I throw myself bodily at the door.
Awesome.
Okay,
Yeah.
so athletics check is 19.
Okay, that's yeah. You and Luke Talk hit it together. The door shutters momentarily and then breaks down. You all stumble into the control room. It's not a very big room. It's maybe 20 feet square. There's kind of a like desk around the sides. Some chairs in here. Looks like there's some notes. Looks like there's like a console for doing magical sendings. Other sorts of communications. Looks like there's controls that can do like illusions and sort of basic magical things. There's also 2 elves in here. One of them, Phelan, has an ensign rank, who's obviously in charge of the station. The other one is some kind of non-commissioned officer. They both look up at you, and they both lift their heads. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Ensign.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There we go. That's what I was looking for. As it turns out, we have need of a current fleet officer. So you're going to survive for now.
Okay.
You're coming with us. Now,
Thank you.
Sergeant, if you value your life, run and hide. Far and fast.
he like runs past you.
Oh, I take off after him immediately. That triggers my prey instinct.
He's screaming. He is screaming, running down the hall and talk with you going after him.
Listen, we are a fickle bunch. I wouldn't make any sudden movements.
No. Whatever you take. How can I help? How can I help?
You are impressing the shit out of me, Ensign. Here's what
Thank
I'd like
sir.
Nothing doing. You were clearly trained well. Here's what I'd like you to do. I would like you to gather up everything valuable in this room. You're going to be a pack mule for right now, and then you're going to be the font of all knowledge after that. So
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Grab all your favorite stuff. Just everything of value.
Give me either persuasion or intimidation, Phelan.
Let's see.
I want to help.
With my
take helping.
Okay. Another negative. Let's see. Persuasion. Oh, I actually do have persuasion. So that's going to be a 16.
Okay. Yeah, the ensign starts packing stuff up.
Okay. Fantastic. Do we see anything else of value? Do we see like sending stones or stuff that we could?
That's part of what he's like.
Okay, yeah.
Into a bag, yeah.
Okay, great. And so we're gonna let him do that. How about our papers?
Yeah, he's gathering papers.
Just gathering all the good stuff. Okay, great. Yep. How's the sergeant doing? Has he been eaten?
Oh, he
yet?
ran. He took off.
Okay.
Yeah, he's long gone.
Still in hot pursuit.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Did you want to catch him, Luke? Because you definitely go faster than him.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you catch him, what do you do with him?
I'm gonna drag him back, and then he's gonna run again. This seems like a fantastic game as far as I'm concerned.
Luke, you guys hear intermittent like Doppler screaming. You're like, ah, 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 ah. In the background, the ensign is trembling now as he's putting papers in the bag. He's like looking out the door, hearing these screams from the sergeant.
I've got to say, Ensign, as impressed as I am with you, I thought the sergeant would be a little tougher.
No grit.
None at all. All right, well let's pack up. Rooftop, if you want to keep the sergeant for a while as a chase toy, I'm fine with that. You'll be less destructive with something to do.
I don't really need him. I just I wasn't sure if you were serious about letting him go.
Oh, sure. Why not? Why not? We could torture them forever in the time it'll take the fleet to get here, but the ensign will just drop off somewhere. We're not all the way murderers.
All right. I will strip this guy all of his belongings, armor, and weapons.
Okay. He's like a non-combatant, basically.
Oh, okay.
So he doesn't really have anything.
Now you should feel bad.
But you have updated passcodes.
Hey, there we go. All right.
Are you sorry? The ensign packs up everything, like a couple of big leather satchels, and like hands them over. It's like, okay, thank you, sir. I like living.
Okay, fantastic. Well, come with. We'll let you live because we need him to. Okay, so we've got.
No, you just need the intel. You don't need you just need the intel for where the portal coordinates are, which is presumably somewhere in this stack of papers that he just loaded up into these.
All right. Ensign, I want you to face the wall and count up by prime numbers as high as you can go. And while he starts doing that, I'm gonna give him a hit with the intent to knock out with with the butt of my rapier.
Okay, yeah, no problem. He starts counting 1, 3, 7. Whack.
1 isn't a prime number.
He rolled 12. He rolled a 12 on his intelligence check.
So we've got a naked sergeant and an unconscious ensign.
Yep.
Our work here is done.
In the collected coordinates.
Sorry, say again.
I'm gonna start looking for coordinates to portals.
In like all the stuff that you guys have collected.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna say you get back to your ship, get loaded up, kind of toss out all this stuff. So if you want to write down some of the more valuable things, so you have 3 sending stones that are single use each. You have 2 crystals of minor illusion, which are also single use. You have 1 crystal of silence, also single use. You have 2 potions of healing. And then all this paperwork that you guys go through, and with enough time, you're able to kind of suss out the coordinates to the portal, with Fingon kind of lending you a hand here and there. So the whole of the Belusian sphere is it's encased in this crystal sphere that's many, many billions of miles wide, right? It incorporates all the systems, the Elven fleet space, Antillan Empire, everything. It's this massive, 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 massive superstructure. The coordinates are pointing you to the inner surface, basically, of the crystal sphere, relatively close to fleet space. So it looks like, from what you guys can divine, that the portal is actually like on the inner surface of the crystal sphere.
That's not good.
So
yeah, it's almost like it's making a hole through the sphere, which, as far as you guys know, is not a thing that's possible.
yeah, not good. Okay, so we've got the coordinates of the portal. We've got our police officer password. Now it's time for our new ship. So, we set coordinates for the sort of junkyard space you mentioned with.
Yeah. So this guy is Ensign Phaloon. Ensign Phaloon, his priority access codes are actually pretty low level. So Fingen's like, I don't like, this guy's codes are not going to get us where we need to be for to get onto that junk station. The junk station, by the way, is Finlanora. So he says, we'll probably have to find somebody like pretty high rank, and the problem there is, of course, that they're going to be on some big ass dangerous ship, which of course can vaporize this little Hulk that you guys have. So probably the best bet is to see if there's the Rock of Brawl that we might be able to just jump them while they're on the rock. Because it'll be
all right.
neutral space.
Now, Thalen's been around long enough to know the rules of the Rock of Brawl.
Yep.
And so he explains, all right, no mind control is not going to be a problem for us because we don't know how to do it, but we cannot shed blood there. So any combat needs to be non-lethal, non-puncture, non-slashing. We can choke somebody to death as long as he doesn't bleed out of his nose. They are very serious about these rules.
It's good to have rules.
I used to think so. Nowadays, I'm not so sure. All right, let's make for the rock. Well, before we do, on this little rock, is there a because we're on a pretty basic like cargo ship, right? Is there a fleet ship that we can just take? Like the fleet version of like a panel van that.
Yeah. No, and talking to Phaleon, it sounds like they get like supply deliveries periodically, but basically the fleet doesn't like trust them to have a ship with a pilot.
Okay. Well,
so he says, we could wait for the next supply run and maybe get that one if you want, but it's simple. It's a pretty low level cargo ship too.
Yeah, by the time the next supply ship came, the high command would come as well. Now that would probably bring the personnel. Yeah, the personnel we'd need, but it would also be prohibitively difficult to deal with. So, what do you say? We go to Brawl now? Everyone down? Do a little shopping at the Rock of Brawl Mall?
Oh, this is a place. I thought this was an activity.
There's no air guitar on the Rock of Brawl. It's a very serious outpost.
Okay, you guys.
Mealy me.
You guys navigate to the Rock of Brawl. You don't have any star charts, so it actually takes you a fair amount of time to kind of figure it out how to get there. Fortunately, most space lanes eventually converge on the rock, so you're able to kind of ask passing passenger and cargo ships kind of how to get there, and they eventually tell you. You come out of spelljamming speeds at the Rock of Brawl. As you do so, you see a massive squid ship kind of fly opposite you as you're approaching the rock. It's this massive, miles-wide asteroid. You can see a star off in the distance providing very dim light. It looks like dozens, maybe hundreds of ships are flying all around this huge collection. There's buildings all over the top of it. Yeah, it's like a floating space city. You come in on approach. You get hailed by the docking agents. They say, unidentified ship, please identify yourselves and your intent on the rock.
All right.
Commerce.
Yeah, commerce is good. We're Thalen Tic-Tics, general goods, coming to resupply before heading out to the outer-reaching planets in the sphere, looking to acquire food and various sundries.
Why is it that you don't have a flag or call sign, unidentified ship?
So, all right, I'm going to apologize and put Rumil on to bluff a call sign, which I think he should be able to do better than me, at least. Rumil, you're good at lying. Time for some lying.
I don't know. It doesn't have my sheet what my bonus is for deception, so I have no idea.
You're proficient in it, so you have a +2 plus your charisma, so you have a +6 total.
There we go.
Basically, I'm going to sell it as like, oh gosh, we were going to go get the new call sign, but the office was closed that day, and so when we went back, they said we needed a form. We forgot. And we had to make this trip because our supplies, you know how it goes. It just basically wear them down through a unnecessarily long story to where they're like, fine.
Awesome. All right, go ahead and roll it.
Okay. So 18 plus 6.
Holy shit. So this whole time the ship is on approach to the rock. Rumil's just like rattling through them. Like you guys are docking as Rumil's still like going through the like long chain of explanation as to why they're not a call sign. And finally they're like, okay, unidentified ship. Please just get yourself figured out next time. Okay.
We're trying so hard. Thank you so much for your patience through these trying times. This reminds me of a time.
Click. He just disconnects.
I knew I could count on you.
And rather importantly, as you were approaching docking, you saw a Elven Armada ship, which Thalen, would certainly have a captain rank person in command of it, possibly a Commodore rank person. So you think that if they're taking shore leave, basically, there's someone here on the rock that has the information that you need.
Okay, do I know anything about the gangs of the Rock of Brawl? No.
You've
Okay.
you've grown and lived in fleet space. The only time you've exited is since you've gone rogue, basically.
Sure.
So you know of the rock, you know the rules, which are pretty simple. No mind control, no bloodshed. But you've never been here before. You don't know very much about it.
So I couldn't like hire the sleep gang to, but they're also elven, so they'd be immune to sleep effects. So never mind. We've had this problem before.
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's. Are we? I think I have some traveler's clothes of some. Well, I guess not. I've got sailor uniforms. I'm going to try to make myself look as much not like a sailor as possible. And then as soon as I see the appropriate vendor for just a plain shirt of some kind to purchase it.
Okay. Yeah. You guys might need to actually sell some of the stuff that you have because you don't have too much cash or exchange it, barter it sort of thing.
Well, I've got 3 rapiers, copper torques, a suit of leather armor. I've got some random stuff, and I know Tick Tick's been looting.
Okay, yeah. So you guys gonna disembark?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna stash my treasured captain's coat on our ship.
Okay.
Because that sounds like more trouble than it could be worth.
Yep. So Luke Talk, you grew up in a little village, little jungle village, with more of your people. Then these guys, kidnapped you. You've been on this ship. You kind of figured that out. You were on the pirate anchor, and that was pretty wild. This place is even more so. There are more people than you imagine existed even in the whole world. And there are smells and sights and sounds that are just absolutely outstanding. So what's kind of going on for Luke? Are you like overwhelmed? Are you like excited? Like, how are you feeling?
Absolutely overwhelmed. I will probably do my best to break from the group and get up on top of something so I can get a more bird's eye view. Standard nervous cat behavior. Find the tallest thing, get on top of that.
Awesome. Okay, and Rumil, you within like 10 feet of leaving the docks, you smell amazing food. You have been eating like crap. Like you've been eating the stuff that Tick Tick and Thalen and you got from like the dinosaur elves months ago, and so you're smelling like fresh roasted creatures. You're seeing all these sights. You're propositioned with hired ladies sort of immediately as you get off. This is absolutely you could just spend the rest of your life here. Like this is perfect. Why would you ever leave this place of constant delights and indulgences? So what's going on for Rumil?
I am just, I'm less and less interested in whatever goofy goal my brother has on this quest. Like this is like some honor bullshit I'm not really interested in. I'm going to kind of wait till I see when they're sort of busy, and I'm not like ditching them, but I'm going to kind of go prioritize other things for a little while, just to like get my energy back up so I can, be able to handle this situation again.
Awesome. Okay, Thalen, you see the party start to, like within 50 feet of leaving the dock, the party starts to break apart. Luke Talk's like getting his claws into one of the buildings and is like scaling it. Rumil is like trailing after some street food vendor who has like something on a stick. Your crew is looks like getting distracted.
Okay. I think the first order of business is to buy both of them like a turkey leg or something to keep them busy for a little while.
Meat on a stick.
And so we'll use the standard keep the kids with the group at the Renaissance Festival approach.
Yep. Put meat on a stick.
Put meat on a stick, give it to them, and just establish, is there a tavern that we can see the area of the dock that our ship is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a variety of establishments. There's a bar called the Spotted Snake that seems pretty prominent here. It's actually the one that Luke Talk's on top of right now. Luke Talk, you scaled on top of this building. It's only 2 stories high, but it's unfortunately the highest thing around. So you're kind of up there, kind of checking things out. You see there's like a knight that's got metal armor on, and it's like constantly shifting around them. You see a group of mimes that are beating up a pickpocket with like invisible hammers. There's a woman with a noose around her throat that she's like actively strangling herself as she's walking down the street. This place is wild.
All right, so I'm thinking the chances are pretty slim that I'm going to be able to control Rumil here, and so I'm just going to give him a rally point, which is this tavern. And so you can go do what you want to do, but be back here. And I'll basically say the same thing to Luke Talk, because Luke Talk will probably, once we walk off, will probably end up at least following us somewhat, being where he can see us. And he's going to do his own thing as well. And I'm going to say to Tick Tick, feel like kidnapping a captain?
Yeah. We should probably stay away from that noose lady.
Yeah, that's unusual.
That's not right.
I figure all we've got to really do is get his access codes, and if he doesn't recognize us as the fleet's wanted agitators right now, then he probably won't even really notice that his codes are gone. He'll just think he got robbed by ruffians on Brawl. So let's rob him. Let's
find a captain.
Yeah, let's make that dream true for him.
Do we make contact maybe with a local steward or fixer, or perhaps they might have a tip on where we could find a finer establishment for a prestigious man of rank?
It's a good question. Let's. Are there maps or anything like that on sale? No,
not even a little bit. There are, however, numerous little street urchins that are like running up. You've been basically constantly bothered by this little goblin boy that's like, I can help you, mister. I can help you. Where do you want to go? I can show you anything.
All right. I am going to, let's see, I've got some.
Oh, I could go get the coat. We could tell this this little shit here that we need to find another coat like this one.
And we'll once we've shown him that coat, say if he points out somebody wearing a coat exactly like that, especially if he's by himself, then he'll get a gold coin of his very own.
Oh, I will do it. The goblin scampers off.
Excellent. That's a good start. All right. So, do we see? Because I'm guessing since we're close to the docks, basically, we're still in rough territory.
I mean, it's not necessarily. I mean, like you don't see people, having fights or anything like that. But there are, you know, all sorts of folk.
Do we see streets that look much better kept, like potentially towards nicer parts of town?
You can wander for a bit.
All right, yeah, we'll wander, I think.
Okay. Rooftop, what's your plan as you see Thalen and Tick kind of heading out through the city, and you see Rumil going and doing whatever the hell Rumil gets up to?
I'm going to follow Thalen and Tick on the rooftops.
Okay. As you do so, you kind of hopping rooftop to rooftop, and you come up short. There's this little like 1 foot tall gremlin sized creature that kind of turns and looks at you in surprise. Little like electrical lightning bits kind of crackle from him as he looks up at you.
He's down on the street.
No, he's on the rooftop. He's like also like doing the same thing you're doing, basically. And he's like gesturing at the rooftop that you're bouncing on. He like zaps you with a little little electric zap.
Oh no!
It hurts. It hurts, but it doesn't like cause damage.
I show him my claws.
Give me an intimidation check.
Natural 1. That would be a 1. I forgot I don't have claws, apparently.
Yeah, this little lightning gremlin seems pretty pissed at you.
If he comes and tries to touch me again, then I'm going to swat at him with my claws. But otherwise, I'm just ignoring him and continuing to pay attention to my people on the ground.
Okay. You can give me an insight check if you want to try to figure out what this thing is wanting from you.
Sure. Natural 20. That'd be a 19.
Oh, that'd be a 19. Yeah, it seems like he's like this is my rooftop. Like you go find your own rooftop.
I mean, I'm not hanging out for long on any one rooftop. I was just passing through. I try and communicate that back to him.
Yeah, I'd say with that 20 insight, let's see how clever this gremlin is. Oh shit, he rolls a 19. You guys actually have yourselves a pretty reasonable exchange of ideas without being able to communicate.
Have I made a tentative friend here?
Yeah. He's like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. Rooftopping cat, rooftop running gremlin. That sounds good.
I'm gonna try to invite him along.
Okay, he's 100%. Yep.
Great.
It's like that. So yeah, you're bounding along. He actually hovers in the air with you. You see like lightning kind of trailing down from him that's like kind of supporting him as he's flying along next to you.
Do I have any idea what this thing is?
My God, no.
Okay.
Some little gray skinned gremlin thing.
Do I notice this happening at all?
Give me a perception check.
All right. Okay.
My stealth is a 21 on the rooftops.
Okay. My it's a 16. So I guess no.
I mean, you see this like little gremlin thing cruising along, more or less keeping pace with you, which is actually a little bit suspicious now that you think about it.
Yeah, so I don't see Look Talk, but I see this gremlin following us.
Yep.
And I give just a little elbow nudge to Tick, look up in that direction. Be like, it's probably not a big deal, but if it becomes a big deal, let's just remember not to make it bleed.
You're muted, Ray.
Oh, yeah, there's no noose. I think we're probably clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just going to look at the gremlin and make the we see you.
Give me an intimidation check.
It's 8.
Okay, awesome. Okay, Rumel, what's the plan? Is it company? Is it food? Is it gambling? Is it there's got to be some kind of gladiator combat somewhere around here if you want to check that out. But you could probably indulge more or less whatever you wanted to. Now the big problem is you don't have a ton of money, and you don't have too much spoils. But you are very clever at getting playing card games, given your your sorcery abilities. So where's Rumel kind of headed to first?
We're going to try to find the prettiest building in town. So basically what I see from afar is like what place looks fanciest and most exciting. It's got the most colors, it's got the most action going on. So what's like the big central awesome building in town?
That is also a place of business or like a private residence?
I don't know if we care about whether or not it's public or private.
Give me an investigation check.
Uh, 10.
10. Okay. Let's see what you find. Yeah, you find a 3-story building, which is unusual. It looks like most of the buildings here are 1-story, sometimes 2-story. You find a pretty large 3-story building on kind of a corner that seems pretty hopping. People going in and out. Seems like there's a lot of action here. It has a sign in kind of swirling magical colors above it, the Dancing Lady.
Okay, this place sounds great. It's got a woman as their symbol. That's a great start. I'm going to walk up to the door and announce my presence as the party has arrived, essentially.
Okay. You open the door. So first of all, you're blasted by this music that you have never heard before. You don't even know any of these instruments. It's this really wild, energetic, lots of sounds. It's almost too much for you. It's a little bit confusing. You walk in, you see dozens of people dancing together on a large dance floor. There's a multiple story kind of central column going up. The band is playing on like a lightning cloud in the middle of this central area. They're kind of floating up there. So yeah, it looks like a dance hall. You see a bar on the far side. There's stairs going up to the other levels. You walk in and try like announcing yourself, but there's no one who hears you. Like the music is just overwhelming.
Got it. Yeah, let me go ahead and go up to those other levels. I'm gonna I'm guessing there's a VIP area somewhere in here.
Yeah, you go up to the second level. Give me an insight check here.
19.
Holy crap. Yeah, the people on this level look dangerous. They're all armed, heavily armed. Some of them, very obviously magical. You see a board on the far side of the wall with a bunch of notices posted on it. This is not the VIP level. But these people all look dangerous. There is, however, another stair up.
Well, let's go up to the third floor. Maybe it's a little more fun over there.
The third floor is, in fact, much more civilized. The music level is lower here, so you can have a conversation. There are small tables. They're like intimate little nook areas. The lighting is lower. Everyone's dressed a little bit more fancily. This is definitely the nicer kind of VIP level for sure.
Okay, great. Now I'm going to try announcing myself. I'm assuming the volume here is reduced dramatically.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Oh, it's a natural 1.
Okay. Like a couple of people look up from their conversation, look at you, kind of look askance, and then go back to their drinks.
Lovely. Is there a bar in this room?
There is a bar on this level, yes.
I'm going to regroup at the bar.
Okay.
Do I notice anyone in particular in this room? Is there anyone that stands out? Anyone who looks,
Give me a perception check.
19.
You actually spot across the room a group of Elven fleet officers. They're all in their dress uniforms. It looks like there's 5 of them in one of these little nooks having some Elven wine.
Got it. What am I dressed in exactly? Do I look particularly?
You're not a member of the fleet, even though you were born there. So you're just like in basic, simple clothes.
Okay, so I'm not joining that. I wasn't sure if my character prior to my having him had possibly also worn Deadman's clothes, so I wasn't sure if that was.
No, Rumil has not gone in for that so far.
Yeah. Okay. Good. I have some funds. I believe my last game of cards didn't me well enough. I'm going to work to approach them through drink and an offer of gaming.
Awesome.
So a round of drinks and then a small wager pile to play with them against.
All right, awesome. We will get back to you. Thalen, Tick Tick, you guys have found the nicer area of town. Looks like a lot of clothier shops, nice upscale restaurants. There's a couple of inns here as well. They're like larger, kind of courtyard type spaces where people gather and have, little parks in them and that sort of thing. So you found the nicer area of town. It's also a lot less crowded here.
All right. So in the interim between Rumil's scene and this, Tick Tick suggests that maybe we can find a junker or a salvage op who could provide some info about the Fenelonora. And so what I am looking for is like an executive level salvage op, like the fancy man who owns the hardware store and can provide some information.
Yeah, for sure. Give me investigation with advantage.
Cool. All right. Okay, that's good. Investigation. It's a 15 even.
Okay, awesome. You managed to find a junker business. You've spotted a couple, and you're kind of like trying to decide which one may be the best one. This one, seems fairly legit. It's Jezel's Collections.
Okay.
It looks like he's got a kind of office in kind of the nicer part of town, and there's like a sign of a ship, on it. Yeah, so that's the one that you think is most likely.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is just make a minor purchase of some sort, and just casually mention to the clerk that we are really interested in vintage Elven fleet machinery. That we're collectors and we're fascinated by the history of the Elven fleet. We wanted to know if he knew, or if perhaps his boss might know, where we could get some more vintage stuff for our for the rebuild we're working on.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah, so this is Jezel himself or itself. It's this large, rocky, humanoid golem type creature that that kind of looks down at you. This is mostly an antique shop, so there's like all kinds of little things. You buy like one of the things that looks kind of elven, and he kind of looks down at you and rumbles, "Yes, elven treasures are the best."
They really are. Now, I heard a rumor. You know a lot more about these kinds of things than we are. We're new to the hobby. We're new to the fleet memorabilia hobby, but we heard about a junk station, Vanilla Nora. Have you heard of this before?
Yes, it is a place where they drop off useless ships.
But there's probably some good stuff there. Old ships, probably, right?
Yes, good old ships. I get pieces sometimes.
Do you ever go, or do they bring them here?
They bring them to me.
That's really convenient. They're probably not going to bring them directly to us because we don't have the contacts you do. But maybe we can go. Do you know anything about us going as collectors?
Yeah.
It is in Elven fleet space, and the fleet protects it.
Oh, well, I'm sure
you would need a passcode.
Do you know anyone who might have a passcode that humble memorabilia collectors might be able to borrow, just so we can look at it? I'd love to see it.
Be a great story.
I can put you in touch with someone. Give me a persuasion with advantage, Thalen.
All right. Oh boy, natural 20. So that let's see, persuasion. I've got a +1, so a total of 21.
Awesome. Okay. Yeah, Jizzle nods, says, "Come back at Violet 2.
Violet Tube.
Right. Do we have any chance of knowing when that might be? Okay.
We're so close. It's great.
So we're going to thank him, and we're going to find the nearest because even with the Rock of Brawl, I figure even in the really nice area, there are people who are begging and that sort of thing. And so let's see.
Oh, I could probably help you find those people.
And so I have, so I'm going to walk up to one. I'm going to hold up a piece of Electrum. So I have some of that, and I'm going to say, "This is yours if you tell us exactly when it is Violet 2.
Yes, sir.
And if it's not Violet 2, we're going to take you with us and sell you to, and then I'll mention the Aboleth.
No need for that. No need for that, Governor. I'm happy to tell you what Violet 2 is for the Electrum.
There we go.
Good trade.
It's been a tough day, so sorry about the extra threats. It's the love language where we come from.
Okay, Luke Talk, you and this gremlin are cruising over the rooftops. You see Thalen and Tick Tick enter a building. Are you primarily keeping an eye on them, primarily scanning your surroundings, or like where's your attention, I suppose, focused?
My attention is all over, poorly focused at the moment.
Poorly focused.
But once they go inside the building, then I'm probably going to be paying more attention to other things until my primary points of interest return to view.
Okay, awesome. Give me a perception check, please.
Natural 20, 19.
So, Luke Talk, you basically discover or observe that there is a whole level of society that's happening on these rooftops. That as many weird things as there are down in the streets, there's also weird shit cruising around up on the rooftops doing things very similar to what you are doing.
Fantastic.
You spot this extremely pale half elven creature kind of looking down at the street. He turns up at you, and you see fangs coming out of his mouth. You further along spot a kind of hulking ape-type creature that's like bounding sideways from rooftop to rooftop. No other creatures like you. You notice. You do spot a small white, like normal cat that's wearing a top hat and a monocle. That's kind of gracefully bounding from one rooftop to another. There's all kinds of shenanigans up here.
Does anything appear to be paying particularly close attention to me?
Ooh, that's a good question. On that amazing that 20 perception check. Yeah, I think Luke Talk, you do realize that there is something that has been maybe not following you, but certainly in your line of sight every now and then when you look at it. It's this small 1 foot tall creature. It's basically an eyeball that has 4 stalks coming down out of it that it's like scampering across the rooftops. And it's like every time you look around, you see this eyeball.
Am I sure it's the same one? Or are there maybe lots of these things?
It could be there are lots of these things. Your gut, based on where its location is and like where you're moving and where it's moving, you think it's the same one.
Okay, I'm going to keep an eye on that. Without being too obvious about it. I really want to figure out if it is actually watching me or if it's watching my gremlin companion or if it just happens to be going the same route that I'm going.
Okay, awesome. Are you gonna basically like ignore what Thalen and Tic-Tic are doing and try to like suss this out, like jump over there, see if it follows you, like ask the gremlin to sprint, that kind of thing? Okay, awesome. Go ahead and give me an investigation check then, please.
Let's see, a 16, which would give me, 15.
15. Okay, awesome. We will come back to you. Rumel, you are going to go approach the officers. Are you going to have drinks like in hand, or are you going to go walk up and say, "Gentlemen, may I buy you around?" What's your opening salvo basically going to be here? What's your gambit?
Yeah, I'm going to show up with drinks, and it's going to be sort of with that like, "Hey, cheers" noise as I place out all the drinks.
Okay.
Yeah, this is going to be like totally like I'm not going to give them the opportunity to turn me down kind of thing.
Okay.
Sort of put the drinks in their hand and like 1, 2, we all shoot together.
Are you gonna play up being like an elf, like one of them sort of thing?
Yeah. Totally gonna be. I'm excited to see the guys. It's folks from back home kind of energy.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, 100%. They are into it. They take the drinks, they knock them back. You don't pay as much attention as your brother does to like the ranking stuff. But since Thalen pointed out that we're looking for this, you know that guy has the epaulets of that rank. You also see there are 4 other guys of various other like officer ranks with him. You're not quite sure what rank they are, but they all happily knock back the nice elven whiskey that you provided them, and they're like, "Yeah, come join us, brother." They're like more than happy to have you hang out with them.
Great. I'm going to how much with the money that I have available to me. About how many rounds can I afford to manage?
I'd say you could easily buy 3 rounds.
Okay, let me go ahead and do a second round then, just because I want to get them drunk enough that they don't want to leave, that they want to keep drinking, and then start the betting up after that second round.
So they're actually give me an insight check.
11.
11. Okay. You think that they've been here for some amount of time. You're not sure how tipsy they are by the time you start buying them rounds, but they've clearly had more than one already.
Okay. Well, That's good, because then it'll make this easier. Because I want to, like I said, let me do that second round, and then I'm going to. I don't know if there's like a traditional Elven card game or something that they would know more personably that we'd start playing. I'd like to try to start them up in that and conversations, sort of like, what are you guys doing out here? It's so crazy to see anyone I know. Things back home, all that.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
17.
17. Okay. Yeah, they are more than happy to play what's a good name for the Elven card game, Rumo?
Thimblin.
Thimblin?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I love that game.
Yeah, they're more than happy to play Thimblin with you. They're reticent to spend money on it, they're not allowed to gamble basically when they're in uniform. So they're not able, but they will get bet shots or chores or silly things that you have to do or
Yeah, let's start first with
playing Truth or Dare with the Elven fleet. What could go wrong?
Yeah, we're going to start with just extra shots, like, oh, you lost this round, you got to take an extra shot. But once they are solidly drunk, we're going to go for things like, we're going to slowly escalate from, I get to wear your hat, to, let's go see if we can drive the ship around, but I'm just going to, slowly build that to that. And I'm only going to really start cheating when it's for the things I really need. Like, I would like to wear your outfit, and I'd like to go on your ship. And could we possibly also turn the ship on?
All right, that is a thing of beauty. You are finagling the fleet officers. Okay, Thale and Tick, you guys have a setup for contact to meet. You've got this. So now you have this homeless person that's just following you around, basically. Okay.
Yeah, we're. I'm gonna feed him a little and just get him a little dinner, just so it's obvious.
Governor, you're right. Nice.
What time is it?
It's green 3, Governor.
Okay. How long till Violet 2?
Well, we got green 4. Blue 1, blue 2, blue 3, blue 4. Indigo 1, indigo 2, indigo 3, indigo 4. Violet 1, and then Violet 2.
So that's a long time, isn't it?
Yeah, Governor, it's not till late.
Okay. Have I noticed the changing colors of the orb? Can I get him to point that out?
Oh man, give me a you can you could ask him or you can do a perception check.
So I'm going to ask him.
High DC. You guys have not been here very long.
How about you show me how to tell when it's indigo, and we'll come back around here and we'll wait for Violet 1 together. You've got some food. You can go about your business, and then we'll see each other, and I'll have that electrum for you.
Oh, thank you, Governor. Yes, such great. Yeah, you see the big ball? He points up. There's this big colored ball above the rock that is right now a shade of green.
Okay.
You can tell that it's green, but you're not able to distinguish how green it is, as it were. But you're pretty sure once it gets you're not sure if you can distinguish blue indigo either, but you think that you could get close to it.
I can tell what not green is, though.
Yes, for sure.
Okay, so we'll keep. So we'll meet him back in this little square, and so we'll come back during the not green indigo bit. And then you can point us to when it says Violet 2. And when you say it is Violet 2 right now, we will give you an electrum, and you can go on your way.
Of course, Governor. Whatever you say. Thanks for the snacks.
All right. So I suppose Tick and I are going to continue to wander a little bit.
At this point, if they've come out and they've paused talking to this guy, I'm going to come down from the rooftops with my new friend and introduce as best I can.
Awesome. Let me give you the results of your investigation check first. Let's talk. Yeah, so 15. Yeah, this eyeball is 100% looking at you.
Okay. I'm going to do my best to not let on that I am aware of this.
Give me a deception check, please, or stealth.
Deception or stealth? I think stealth. Man, I'm on fire. 18.
Okay, awesome. You figure it out, but you think you can see the thing. You hop down. The little gremlin kind of jumps off the building. Little sparks of electricity between it and the ground as it hovers down next to you.
Have I managed to get a name from this thing, like something that I can refer to it as?
Yeah. Or at least you have an expression that it is used repeatedly.
Okay.
which you are going to, I guess you would interpret as its name, because it's the thing that it says most often when you like try to engage it about like identity sorts of stuff. It says ek.
All right. Am I down on the ground with Thalen and Tick Tick now?
Yes.
All right.
You guys see this little electrical gremlin sort of hover down off the rooftops next to the rooftop.
Friend. Maybe. Also, don't look, but on the rooftop left corner, there is, with legs, watching me, maybe watching us. It's been following me for a while.
Oh.
You mean there's something watching you, or there's an eye with legs?
What was not clear? Eye with legs.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very good.
Can come with us?
Yeah. Is he hungry?
He lifts his hands and little like bolts of electricity shoot out of them.
Wow.
What does he eat? Are you hungry? What do you want?
I'm gonna make
he actually, so Tick Tick, as you say, like, are you hungry? He like goes for you. Like he's gonna start. He looks like he's gonna start rummaging through your pockets.
Okay, yeah, let's not do that.
You put out a hand and like put it on his head to keep him away.
Yeah, let's real quick define what personhood is to this creature, and then
Well, Tick Tick's defining
Doc
personhood.
wants-
I mean, I know what my friend wants. I'm gonna start going through Tick Tick's pockets.
yeah, it's okay if you do it.
Yeah, you find some pantry supplies that Tick Tick stuffed in there.
Is this okay? Can I share?
Yeah, fine.
Okay.
The gremlin grabs it, just like stuffs it in his mouth. His mouth actually gets like 5 times wider. It gets basically the size of his head, and he just opens it and just pours it in.
Is this the Hofmeister version of giant space hamsters?
Just pours in everything, and then he looks at you.
Great.
I just
Sated.
nod and smile. This guy's awesome. I really like him.
That looks like the equivalent of satiation for one of those things.
Yeah, it stops trying to go in your pocket, Tick Tick. It seems like pretty contented to float along with you guys.
Brilliant.
So,
now
now that we've staged this disarming distraction, can you guys see the eyeball that I was talking about?
Give me first a stealth check, Thalen and Tick Tick.
Oh yeah, I'm an expert at that. 20.
Okay.
Wow.
6.
Okay, and then a perception check.
Maybe would Arcana be helpful? Because I'm proficient in that.
What would be helpful?
Arcana?
No, you got to see the thing first.
All right.
Oh, I can't see it. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm cooling off. Here comes the shitty rolls, apparently.
Well, to be fair, with your really shitty stealth, we probably don't want you looking right at the thing. You're like, ah.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so Luke Talk, you're like, do you guys see the eyeball? Balin's just like whipping his head around, doesn't see anything. Tick Tick, you're like kind of corner of the eye, but you also, neither of you see an eyeball.
All right. Balin, stop. Eyes on me. We don't want to alert it. It could be dangerous or just curious. I'll keep an eye on it. I know where it is.
Excellent. I'm going to take a look at the orb and see if it's gotten not green.
No, still green.
Okay.
What? Yeah. How are you guys going to kill time until your rendezvous?
We need to arrange some provisions for the ship.
Yeah, you could get basically sell the stuff that you've looted and reprovision the ship.
That's definitely something we need to do while we're here.
Awesome.
Could I get a second hand or maybe a disadvantaged Arcana check based on the description that Luke Talk provides?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, disadvantage.
Okay. Okay, that's the first one. 13, 10. Yeah, it looks like 13.
It sounds like some kind of construct or possibly an aberration.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
Definitely beholder, just little.
With legs.
Does Tick Tick share those concerns?
Yeah. Like I'm not down with any weird shit. Like really weird shit. No. Eyeballs. Anything that's squishy and round and sort of moist, it's right out. Negative.
Well, and so I asked Luke Talk if the eye is better or worse than all of the aboleths in that cave.
Hey, language. We've talked about this.
I don't know. It's small. Wait.
Okay.
Actually, I don't think I actually asked you, Eric. How big is this thing? Because there's a big difference between like a 4-foot diameter eyeball and a 4-inch diameter eyeball.
No, it's like an eyeball this big, and then its stalks are like 6 inches. So the whole thing is like a foot tall.
Okay, it's the whole thing is about the size of, and I name some fruit from my home asteroid that probably means nothing to any of you.
Fair enough.
Right. Okay.
Fair enough. Let's Look Talk, did you see where Rumil went?
Did I see where Rumil went?
Yeah, you sure did. You went to the biggest building in town.
Yep, big building. I point in the general direction.
Okay.
Yep, you guys can see it.
What's that?
You can see it.
Oh, I point to it then. He's in there.
Let's first reprovision the ship, and then check out the big building and see if Rumil is in a lot of trouble.
Cool. Good work, Look Talk.
Okay, Rumil, you have advanced the game, pretty successfully at this point. So you're like trading clothes with the guys. So you could get, like, if you want to get his passcodes basically from his pockets, then that is available to you. They're not going to let you pilot their Armada class ship. There is no role that you can make that will let you do that.
What?
But you have, if you want to, you could have totally successfully gotten his code cards by this point.
Okay, yeah, then I'll go for the code cards. I also I don't want to take just the commander's uniform. Like I really just want his shirt. I'll take another guy's like hat. Like I'll beat him a game for a hat and beat another guy for his pants. So they're all like my outfit's been dispersed also, but like they haven't caught on. I've specifically been getting a full uniform. But yeah, sounds perfect. Okay. I'll take his passcode, and then as my exit strategy from this scenario, I'm going to basically try to get having some sort of just generic, like I'm going to go talk to the bartender about another round sort of thing, and then sort of slip out with the passcode and the uniform.
Okay, awesome. Give me either deception or stealth check, please.
What did you say my plus for deception was?
5. No, 6.
Okay, so that's 24? 24.
Wow. Okie dokie. Yeah, and so you've been drinking along with them. Is that a true statement, Rumil? Okay, awesome.
Yes, I have been drinking along with him.
Okay. Thalen, Tick Tick, Luke Talk, Ek, and presumably the eyeball. You are walking towards this 3-story building, and you see Rumil stagger his way out, dressed in a goddamn lieutenant commander uniform.
Means nothing to me.
And so it means a lot to me, and I just shake my head like,
And like a nice one, like it's all pressed and everything.
how the it's a damn capital ship uniform. And I walk up to him and I look at him. I can tell he's inebriated, right?
Oh yeah, he's had quite a few.
Rumil, where did you get this?
I got dressed at the bar earlier with my espionage.
Espionage, fantastic. Was it successful? Do you have the code?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, give me the code.
Why do you want the code?
I just want to look at it. I'm going to hold it for just a minute.
As soon as I see Rumil, I take off towards him at a sprint.
Rumil, there's this goddamn cat charging right at you. There's also a fucking lightning gremlin or something.
Rumil, you know things. I want to introduce you to my friend Ek. But more than that, there's an eye. Don't look, but there's an eyeball on the rooftop to my right. It has 4 legs. It's about the size of a blogrofeg fruit, and I don't know what it is. And Thalen and Tick Tick can't see it. I think it's invisible to them. What is it?
Holy shit! What the fuck is that?
Like the lightning gremlin comes up, you see like little lightning sparks jump off his hands.
He likes food. If you want to make a friend, give him some of your food.
Well, I'm gonna try to like just shoo it with my leg. I'm gonna try like kick at it.
Food, not kick. Food.
Okay, it kind of hovers away. And yeah, this thing's like floating 3 feet off the ground, right? It's like hovering along the whole time.
I'm going to just sort of to wrap myself more in this coat that I'm wearing. You're like, I'm hungry too.
Right, but can you see the eye?
I'm gonna get really close to Lektok and say, I can see your eyes.
No, not mine. It's not my eye. I mean, I don't think it's my eye. Look, just.
I'm going to sort of look around the street in a general sense. I'm gonna like, there's a lot of eyes, Lektok.
No, it's not in the head. It's just an eye with legs. It was following me on the roof. Why is this hard to understand, Rumil?
You're an eye with legs.
All right, I throw up my hands in exasperation. Obviously, these people are all idiots.
Yeah. Luktak, he's drunk.
He's drunk what?
Alcohol.
Okay, I don't know that.
Yeah, in your home, alcohol didn't exist, but here, alcohol flows freely, and it makes you stupid.
Let's go to the ship. Let's go to the ship. Let him sleep it off.
Wait, Rumil is stupid now? Isn't that going to be a problem for us?
It could be, but he got new clothes. So what can you do?
Also, I don't know if we should go back to the ship. We're still being followed by the eye.
Okay. We're being followed by the eye, or you're being followed by the eye. So I'm going to gather the team together very closely and whisper, I have the code card. It is time to fucking go. We have a mission. Let's go restock the ship. You can get a turkey leg, Rumil, and we can send Sparky over to Department of Public Works to help out. We can watch out for the eye and squish it, and then we can go and find Dad and get our really awesome ship so that we're not being chased all the time.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I'm a little concerned about the eye following us back to our ship.
I think the eye's following you, though. So why
Well,
don't
he's
you
coming.
go kill it, and
All
we'll go
right.
shopping. Since you don't understand currency anyway, it seems like a fair trade.
Wait, aren't we supposed to not spill blood?
Yep.
here? What about... It's not blood.
Can you stick it in a bag?
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't have a
Yeah.
bag. Do you have a bag?
I have a bag. Here, take my backpack. I empty out my backpack of all of the sundries and collected nonsense that's in there, and just stuff them in here.
All right, I'm totally down for this. I'm going to take Tick-Tick's bag, gesture to my gremlin friend that I can't really communicate with, and we are absolutely going to hunt the disembodied eyeball that is following us.
Outstanding.
Right back up onto the roof.
Right back on the roof.
And while they're doing this, we are selling our extra sundries and restocking the ship. And I am getting on the ship and writing down the code in like 4 different places just in case.
You guys are absolutely going to ship bricks when I bring back the disembodied eyeball.
Yep. But it's also
Right.
it's also completely par for the course. This is what we
Yeah.
get into in this campaign.
When you do bring back that eyeball, it's not going anywhere near the pantry.
I wasn't planning on eating it.
Okay, Luke Talk. This is 100% within your skill set. No role required. This is what you've been spending your whole life doing, is hunting small things, mostly to eat them, but put it in a bag is basically the same thing. So you and Akakak eventually corner this thing. It seemed like it sees you coming. It's like, eh. It tries scampering, but you're able to like bound.
All right. I feel very vindicated. I'm going to go back and try and find my friends.
Okay, yes, you get back to the ship. So yeah, go ahead and mark off any gear that's not magical. Basically, you've converted to supplies for your journey.
Cool.
Mill, go ahead and add Lieutenant Commander's dress uniform to your equipment, please. You also got his coin purse, which had 50 gold pieces in it.
Nice.
Okay, you guys are back on the ship with Luke Talk. You guys hear Luke Talk boarding it. Akakak sees the ship and he's like, "Akakak." And he's like, little lightning bursts come out of his hands in the direction of the ship. He doesn't look like he's cool with going on the ship.
I try my hardest to convince him that this would be a fantastic idea and you should absolutely come with. It's going to be really fun, and I make a lot of "there's things to eat" sort of gestures.
Okay, Phelan?
Do I know that minor illusion is one of Rumil's cantrips?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so I am going to sell the 2 crystals of minor illusion, since we've basically got that at will anyway, just for some extra change.
So that's 100 gold pieces for those 2.
Nice. Total?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Okay, Luke Talk, give me a persuasion check with advantage as you're mentioning delicious things that can be eaten.
Oh, I am no longer on fire. With advantage, that's a 10.
Okay. Yeah, Akakak, it seems like he's having none of it.
All right. Well,
Give him the eye. Let him take the eye with him for his collection.
no, I absolutely want to show you guys the eye that's coming on the ship.
Well, we can see it, and then you can give it to him. We don't want to keep it, right?
I don't know. I'm going to try to communicate that if I ever come back, I will go to that rooftop again.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, no problem. You guys are able to be like, yeah, like we'll meet up on the rooftops again and go hunt down eyeballs. together.
I'm very sad to be leaving, but I understand his reticence.
He gives you like a little zap of lightning between the eyes.
All right. I come on the ship with the eyeball in the bag.
Okay, Luke Talk descends. He's got something in Tick Tick's backpack.
All right.
I caught it, but I lost my friend.
Well, that's okay. He's probably better off here. Let's have a look at it.
Rumil is passed out, snoring in his quarters.
I shake the backpack really vigorously, kind of like how if you've got a wasp in a jar and you want to, get rid of it. Yeah, shake, 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 shake. And then I dump the hopefully dazed eyeball out on the floor.
All right, yeah, you guys see like a goddamn eyeball, like a fist-sized eyeball with like 4 little stalks coming out of it, flop onto the ground. It tries to like right itself, and then it flops over, and it's just kind of like spinning.
I pounce on it, pin it down with my paws.
Its little tentacles are twitching.
Mike Wazowski? Oh, well, I'll be damned.
It was watching
Tick Tick. Tick Tick, looking at it, it looks like some kind of aberration.
Mm.
But if you dissected it, you would know more.
Do we have a jar? Can I keep it? What do you think it eats?
I think it eats dreams.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Correct.
Did Tick Tick mention dissecting it?
Yeah, we can do that.
Do we have like we probably don't have a scalpel or anything razor sharp, but we probably have like a steak knife or something that he could.
I have 10 steel darts.
Okay. Hey,
I have claws.
We could pin it to a cutting board.
Well,
peel it open.
Why don't I get us driving and you two can have a science experiment?
Yep.
Okay.
What if it's transmitting? Like
Yes.
when you talk
Correct.
between ships, could it be seen
Yes.
between ships?
Yes.
Okay, I pin it back down and cover up the eye.
Okay, incredible. Are you in fact gonna dissect it?
Yes.
Okay. You also do, Thalen, you also know that Rumil knows detect magic. He's passed out right now.
Okay. Well, do I have like smelling salts or anything like that? Can I get like a couple of minutes out of him?
Wait, you
And
need
let him go.
ammonia? Because I'm a cat person. I can totally provide ammonia.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's wake him up.
Rumil, you are
Rude
rudely
as hell.
awakened. You like just got to sleep like 20 minutes ago.
Great. This is
I hold up
wonderful.
the eye and shake its legs at him.
I'm going to scream and just sort of vomit on my chest from this combination of all of this. Like, it just smelled urine. I just had an eye shook at me. I'm still kind of drunk and hungover at the same time.
Hey,
It's not a good time.
Hey, Rumil, detect magic for me on this thing, and then you can go back to sleep.
I just screamingly shoot my hands at it. What? Yes, tell me about it. What?
Are you gonna cast detect magic, Rumil?
Yeah, this is me casting it on this situation.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, you detect moderate strength divination magic on it.
Do I need to roll Arcana to have like?
Yeah, go ahead and
to
roll
know how
Arcana with disadvantage. You were poisoned.
Well, fucking.
Yeah.
So what's I don't know what my proficiency bonus is for Arcana, but my lower of the two was a 10. So
I
It
don't
would be an
know that you have-
intelligence plus proficiency bonus.
Oh, you do have proficiency. You have a +2, so 12.
yes.
Plus his intelligence. Yeah.
Yeah, it's some kind of divination spell. It's something moderately powerful. You think that it's sending information somewhere.
I'm going to relate that in a general sense. I'm going to be like, it's probably transmitting information to somewhere else. Put it back
Hey,
where you had it. Leave me alone.
Look, Talk, how about we dissect the next one? This one can go back on the Rock of Brawl.
Don't you think we might want it?
You know, if it's transmitting, and if you and Tick Tick feel like you can remove its ability to transmit while learning more about it, sounds great. I really don't care, provided we get moving soon. The longer we stay here, the more a chance of shenanigans happening.
Let's just put it in a container that it can't see out of.
Do we have a jar? Because Look Talk wanted a jar.
I don't know that you guys have a clear jar. You have a clay mug.
That's fine.
Yeah, I don't want a clear jar. I want an opaque jar.
Oh yeah. You have like a clay pitcher kind of thing.
Okay.
Is there a way we can seal the top of it so the eye doesn't escape?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, definitely.
Let's do that.
Okay. So you got an eyeball in a jar. Go ahead and make sure that makes it onto your inventory, Luke Talk.
It's there.
Okay, Thalen, you pull the ship out.
Yup.
Yeah, you guys know how to get to Fenaloran. So
We got the code.
You got the code. You want to punch it?
Yep.
All right. You put the coordinates in and hit it off to spell jamming speeds. Boom. Okay, it's not too far of a journey, maybe a couple of weeks. Fingon asked for you guys to tell him what all transpired on the rock. What's the summary that you give him?
We tell him that we looked around and through various similar to how we acquired him, we acquired the codes. Basically, that the fleet doesn't know we were there, and they probably don't know the code is missing. They just thought they got really, really drunk and lost it.
Great. All right. You guys come out of spell jamming speeds. You almost immediately get hit by a bunch of debris that's here. You see the station in front of you. It looks like a tree trunk that's laid on its side with branches coming out just on the horizontal. You see a variety of ships that have kind of docked on it or kind of been crashed onto it, basically. You don't see any clear sort of docking area or landing area on the thing. But you do not get hailed, and you don't get challenged, basically, to give your code.
Interesting.
Let's perceive. We got a sensor suite on the ship.
No, you got nothing. You got a spell jamming helm and comms, and that's it.
All right. While we're pulling in, I get anybody who is not piloting to gather up their things, and basically we're going to be backpacking. We're not returning to this ship.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. Pack up all their stuff.
I would recommend we park or try to land on one end of this thing and then make our way forward.
Yeah, sounds good.
It seems really weird that we're not intercepted or hailed or... I mean, it's an elven base. And it's not derelict. And there's no security. What's going on?
It's just really quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually everybody give me an insight check.
I'm an expert at
Ramel.
that.
Yep.
15.
17.
Rumel, 17. Yeah, it is weird. You guys kind of all put your heads together. It is weird that there is no security. You wonder if that kind of debris that you came through, that there's something to do with that debris and why there's no security.
Should we investigate what remains of the debris, or do we just move forward?
I think we should take a cursory look at it. I think we're going to need to be down on that rock anyway, and so
cursory look. Cool.
Okay. So yeah, even though you guys don't have sensors, you can actually just physically like go to the top of the ship and like look at this stuff or try to grab a piece of it or something. So anybody who's doing that, I think Rumel's probably piloting. Anybody who wants to make a perception check.
Natural 20. So the total of 23.
16
13 for Luke Talk, 16 tick tick. Okay, Luke Talk, you're not sure what to make of it. You find like some pieces of wood and whatnot. Tick tick, you find some like curved shaped pieces of wood, like clearly there was some kind of structure here. Thalen, you actually spot a piece of a wing of butterfly that you identify as a piece of a butterfly class ship. It looks like at least one or more elven butterfly ships were destroyed here sometime relatively recently.
All right, everybody be prepared for combat. We need down on this rock. But I think someone beat us here.
Yeah, let's pick an end and make our way to the other end.
Sorry, game mechanic question. How does atmosphere work on like asteroids or rocks like this?
All objects have an air envelope. So when you approach the object, your air envelope mixes with that one, and then you are in that air envelope. So yeah, tiny break would be a good idea. So if, for example, the air envelope is poisoned where you're going, then the poison goes onto your ship and you die.
Got it. Okay, thanks.
Yep. Yeah, why don't we take a 5-minute break, you guys? We went a little bit over.
Cool.
Break time wise. Ken, how come you're playing from the school?
Whoa.
Sorry, Eric, I was listening to something else online. What's up?
How come you're playing from the school?
Sorry, one more time.
How come you're playing from the school?
Oh, just happened to be convenient. I was going out to grab some food.
Oh, okay, cool.
Hmm. Right on.
All right, everyone feel better?
Lighter.
Excellent. Lighter, excellent. Okay, so where are you going to try to dock on this massive tree-like or flat tree like structure?
I think the going premise right now is we land on one end of it and then we make our way to the other end.
Okay, awesome.
Hopefully to minimize the chance that we get surrounded or ambushed. Or
Got it. Okay, cool. Okay, Rumil, go ahead and give me a Spelljammer piloting check. This is a dexterity check.
hey, Tim.
I couldn't hear what you say, Ray. Or
Hi.
I got with my dex to +3. That's 11.
Okay, so Rumil tries bringing the ship along. Like I said, there's not like clearly a docking station for this thing, so he kind of tries to bring it alongside near where you think he might have easy access, and the ship kind of scrapes along the side of the station, doing two hull points of damage to it. But like Thalen said, you're not coming back to it, so maybe it's fine.
That's a loner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You all exit the ship. Fingon's gonna come with you if you're not going back to the ship. He doesn't want to get left behind. So Fingon is obviously a non-combatant, but he'll join you. You hop out. Like all elven ships, this is clearly a grown structure. The corridors are kind of wood shaped in this more or less circular corridor, and that's true, but you see that covering a lot of the corridor is this kind of mold sort of thing. There's like some green patches of mold here. There are like some oyster mushrooms like growing on the wall. There's like some fungus that's kind of like lacy fungus that's dangling from the ceiling. It looks like there's all kinds of fungal growths all over the place.
We've seen similar stuff at the first waypoint that we stopped at many months ago.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. I'm fully comfortable with fungus. I didn't work on the fungus beds back home, but I mean I did the beans. But yeah, there shouldn't be any problem with the mold growth. That's a good thing.
Okay, you guys head down the corridor. It looks like it's leading towards the central trunk of this thing, and it's dark. There's no normally there are like glow globes in elven stations and ships. There's no illumination. Every now and then there's like some bioluminescent fungi But it is dark, 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 and it's quiet. Looks like there is nobody home. If you guys are being quiet, go ahead and give me a stealth check in the chat, please. So you guys progress down this corridor towards the main trunk, and you end up in this much larger central corridor that kind of goes down the whole length of the station. It's about 20 feet in diameter. Here you see there's some mushrooms, like 1 or 2 foot high, like toadstools on the ground. There are more drapes of kind of lacy fungus drip from the ceiling. There are like carpets of mold here and there. Yeah, this place looks like it's just been completely covered and taken over by fungus.
Huh.
Where are you
Like
guys
this
going
place.
to go to?
Before we do, all of the elves have the 60 feet of dark vision. What's Luktuk's dark vision like as Tabaxi?
60 foot.
Okay, all right. Then we're dealing with similar vision.
Can I use detect magic with the fungus?
Yeah, absolutely. For the most part, you do not get any radiation of magic Rumil. Every now and then, you're kind of like you're maintaining it as you guys are walking. You get like a little tingle of transmutation magic here or there, but it's pretty low power. But I'll let you know if that changes. So where are you guys going to go to? I guess Fingon says, I don't know exactly where the ship is deposited. We got to go to the archives to find out where they put it.
All right, so
There'd be a manifest or inventory somewhere.
are elven stations like this designed pretty similarly across the board? Is it fairly uniform how?
Yeah, give me a history check, Phelan.
Okay. All right, let's see. 16.
With a 16, yeah, they are constructed all pretty similarly. You think that, you don't know where archives would be. You do think that the main control room is kind of at the base of the trunk near where the root system kind of grows out.
All right. And this is similar to the first station Tick Rumil and I cleared out, but instead of trees, it's fungus. Is that?
Well, it's similar in that it's grown, but that one was a sphere. Like that one had a bunch of trees growing off it, and the roots made up the station. This one is just a flat bar, like a single uber massive tree. And it's also similar in that it's abandoned. It seems abandoned. Sure. But Fingon is surprised. He's like, I don't understand. This thing was operational last time. I was aware of fleet operations.
Have we seen any evidence of violence, or do we see any carnage?
Give me an investigation check, Phelan.
I'm gonna help.
Awesome.
Okay. So investigation. It's a 14.
No, you don't see like any bloodstains or body parts or anything like that.
Okay. Well, let's proceed towards at least structures that I recognize their purpose. Probably finding the main control room would be a good start.
Awesome. Okay, you turn kind of left out of the branch that you parked the ship on. Going down this large corridor again. No sounds of anybody. Every now and then you hear like a little drip of water, but no lights. There doesn't seem to be anybody here. You're the only ones that have made it on the station. It seems like for a while. You get down to the base of the trunk. There's a bunch of kind of branching corridors here that you kind of meander around because you're not exactly sure where the control room is. You just know it's like somewhere around the base of the trunk. So you guys meander around for at least a little bit, and then you finally find the door to the control room. It's not like completely pulled tight. It's just a little bit. It's like pulled closed, but not like latched into the door frame.
All right. I am going to draw my crossbow and ready a shot if need be, and signal to Tick Tick to do a mighty front kick to the door.
Okay. Before I do that mighty front kick, I'm going to try to perceive for any activity beyond the door.
Yes, give me a perception check.
13.
You don't hear anything. It's all
Right.
and everything's
Okay.
dark.
Cool. We're going to kick the door in, I suppose. That's what
Okay.
the captain wants.
Yeah, I mean, no force required. Like you hit it, and again, the door wasn't like actually in its frame closed. It was like it was a little bit ajar. So you hit it, it flies open, no problem.
Yeah, I run in, ready.
You run in, you look around. Yeah, it looks like control room. There's a bunch of desks here and there. There are chairs for people where they would sit and do operation sorts of things. There's mold all over the place. There's these oyster mushrooms growing on the desks, little lace fungi from the ceiling. But it looks like this is operations center.
All right, so I'm going to shoulder the crossbow because I don't need it right now. Tick Tick, how long do you think it would take for this amount of fungus to grow on these structures? These are usually kept pristinely clean. The fleet is very specific about workstations.
Roll a nature check, Tick Tick.
Sure. That's a 5.
Like you said earlier, you were not in charge of mushroom growing. You were in charge of the beans. So difficult to say.
Yeah.
All right, no problem. Good game. Good game. Let's search the control room for any kind of useful information.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, Rumil, are you going to come in and do the same? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So you guys come in, start searching the desk looks for useful information. Rumil, as you're cruising around, you get a ping of detect magic from over in the corner.
What do I see over there?
There's like this big mound of like mold balled up over there in the corner.
I'm going to say, not a big deal, guys. Just there's some weird energy. There's a lot of some of that ball of fungus is different from the rest of this fungus in here.
It has you detect transmutation magic on it.
Does that mean anything to me?
I mean, transmutation magic is like made to change one thing into another.
So it doesn't suggest to me that this was a malicious activity or anything like that.
No, that would be like evocation or something like that. Yeah, you don't get the sense that this was a cast spell, but give me an Arcana check.
I'll help.
While he's going over all this, I approach the ball of fungus and poke at it with my spear.
Okay, awesome.
14 plus whatever my proficiency bonus is.
You get advantage.
That was with advantage.
Okay, awesome. So that's 16. Okay, yeah, you don't think that this was a cast spell, Rumil. You think that this is a enduring magical effect. Luke Talk walks over and pokes it with his spear. Luke Talk, you poke it with your spear. You all see this thing move, and a few things happen all at once. So this blob of fungus starts moving and forming into some horrible creature. You also spot, who was, as far as you can tell, completely invisible before, a woman standing in front of the fungus. And suddenly a bunch of people jump out of the shadows that were completely hidden from you. There's this woman who's there. There's a couple of other women. There's someone who looks like they're dressed as a fleet officer. There's just all these people that suddenly explode out of the shadows around you, all apparently intent on fighting this huge fungus monster that has just loomed up and is threatening to swallow Luke Talk as well as the woman that's right in front of it.
As a quick side note, Spear has reach, so I'm at least 5 feet away.
Yes, excellent. Yeah, this thing is looming up. It's like I didn't describe the room. The room is about 100-foot square and about 30-foot high ceilings. This thing is looming up over all of you. And we will have to call it there. And next time we will come back to roll initiative and jump into combat.